everybody. Surprise, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm covering for Jenna today and our streaming bootcamp class. The only thing you need for today's class is yourself, a mat if you're going to use one, and some water so you can take a water break. Well, let's go ahead and get started right now. I did also bring a band. I'm going to show you a way that if you want to, you can use a band during today's workout. However, we've only got 30 minutes together, and the way I've structured today's moves, as you can see in the description, is that we've got 4 exercises in each set, and we're going to repeat them. Now start moving forwards and backwards if you've got the space, if you're trying to get your heart rate up. Otherwise, you can just stay in one spot. So there's not going to be a lot of rest time during our circuits themselves. We got 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 4 moves, and we're going to repeat that first round 4 times. Well, when it's over, we're going to take a longer break before we hit the floor for a little bit more of a total body workout. Our first round of moves are going to have a leg focus. Awesome. Make sure you're getting that whole heel all the way down towards the floor. Can you create some length through the crown of your head? Can you bring a smile to your face already because you're so proud of yourself for showing up as you should be? Woo! Let's do it. We're here for some movement. Couple more moments of our forward and backward marches. And then we're going to get into a great warm up for our legs because we've got some multi-directional movements that are going to happen today. So find your way to the back, to your mat space. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Start to quiet your feet. Let's give ourselves a couple shoulder rolls, whichever direction you decided to go for first. As your arms are going around, what's happening with your rib cage? Is your rib cage also moving with your arms? Can you tighten up from your center line? Let's change directions of these big shoulder circles, grounding through the feet. You can have that slight bend in your knees. We're just not locking our knees out, so you don't have to overemphasize, just no locking, and then shake your shoulders out. Awesome. If your balance is not the best, perhaps you're going to use a wall for this next one. Firmly planting through all 4 corners of both feet, heels in line with the hips. So there's a slight separation of the feet. I'm shifting weight to the left side and in a controlled range of motion, just kicking forwards and backwards. Trying to not let that left ankle wiggle or wobble too much. Trying to create as much length through the crown of the head, so not leaning too much side to side. And that might mean that you need to limit your range of motion. Let's get 2 more kicks on this side. A little squeeze of the glute to bring the heel back. And switch. Right foot firmly plants on the floor. Find length through the crown of your head. Having your core engaged and your eyes focused on one spot is going to help with balance as well. Maybe you even have one hand on your belly and one hand on your low back to really notice if you're bracing through your center line. Just a couple more kicks right here. And then plant that left foot on the floor. Shake it out. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your hips, get weird. Awesome. We're going to get a little tick-tock. So now your arms can move opposite of the legs, starting with my right leg extended, feeling that gentle engagement through the hip, through the exterior glute, and then crossover. Whoop. Remember, the more that you focus your eyes on one spot, the easier your balance is going to be. And I'm moving nice and slow so I can actually engage and find the lift and not just let range of motion, swinging, make things happen. It's a controlled motion. Let's get one more, and then switch legs. So a little tick-tock. Remember, you can let your arms move opposite of your legs, or you can just have your hands relaxing at your side, a little bit more challenge for that balance. The left leg comes down to the floor. Shake out those legs, shake out your glutes, shake out your hips, shake out your shoulders. Last hip opener. Left foot stays planted on the floor. Core is drawn in tight, length through the crown of head, shoulders away from ears, right leg comes up. We're gonna open it to the side. You can tap down, bring it back in, forward, and down. Let's get just 2 more times on this side. So up, out, option to tap, lift, in, down. I'm rotating this leg externally. However, I'm trying not to let my hips or my chest or my shoulders rotate out with those legs. Switch feet. Right foot stays planted, left leg lifts. open, down. I'm still facing you the best I can with that upper body. 2 more. Lift, open, down, up, forward, in. Great. Keep that length through the crown of your head. Last one. Up, forward, in. Yay. And shake it out. That was weird. I just got my computer sound through my earbuds, but I'm nowhere near my computer. Yay! Hopefully you're nowhere near your computer either, because we're here to work out. Let me tell you what's happening with move number 1. And in move number 1, round 1, I'm going to show you how you can use a band during our speed repeater. We got a little unilateral focus, so we're going to start off with some motions. My left leg is going to stay static, my right leg is going to work. Then we're going to work the left leg. We're going to come back to right, we're going to come back to left, we're going to move on. So I'm going to be ready to take this sweatshirt off any minute. Things are going to get spicy in here. Our starting motion will also be a little bit more of a warm-up. Okay, so if you do decide that you want to use a band, I have the band around the ankle of my front foot, and I have it around the arch of my foot of my back foot. We're going to take a slight bend in our standing leg, our static leg, so that your glutes are engaged, your quads are engaged, your hamstrings are engaged. And the other leg is just going to tap back and forward. So if you have the band on your foot, it's a lot more work in this glute that's moving. Otherwise, no band on your foot, you're going to feel a lot more work in your static leg. We got 45 seconds, 15 seconds of rest. We're going to move directly into our next move after this, and you'll be able to drop the band if you want to use it. So again, I'm only going to use the band in this round 1. Otherwise, you're just in your hinge and you're tapping forward, tapping back without the challenge of the band in 3, 2, oh wait, sorry, I don't have enough sets on here. Woo! So if you want to grab a quick sip of water, now is the perfect time to grab a quick sip of water, because we got the next 16 minutes. Yeah, I said it. In a row for work. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So back and forward. You can have your opposite arm moving with your opposite leg. If you don't have this band, you might also be able to move a little bit faster. I promise I'm going to show you some ways that you can increase the intensity of this move with or without the band. But for round 1, either banded or just taking that tap, a tap, a tap. Weight is in your front foot heel. Try not to let it come too much towards that front toe. Woo! Oh my gosh. Remember, eye gaze in one place is going to help you with your balance. That's what happened there. I was being polite and I made eye contact with you, but you don't need to look at me. You can look at whatever's in front of you. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. If you got the band, get rid of it. We're going to keep our right foot forward. Left foot comes back. Pretty close. We're going for a really narrow lunge where that left knee is going to come close towards your back heel. Oh my gosh. And then press back up through your front heel. Ready? Here we go. So back knee comes down and then press up through the front heel. You can go at whatever pace you want. I'm going to keep my pace slow so that I can focus on chest lifted, shoulders away from your ears, belly pulled in nice and tight, and pressing up through that front heel. But I also want to stay consistent. Notice if your right knee is coming really far forward of your toe, maybe you need to shift the weight back a little bit. If it feels okay, it's okay if your knee starts to come towards or past your toe. That's a great range of motion if you've got it. But if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. Oh my gosh. Yay! What is move number 3? It is our step out to a side lunge. So let's keep that right leg static. We're going to step out into a side lunge, right leg straightens, and then step right back in. You ready? Good, because here we go. Stepping out into your side lunge and back in. If you're having a lot of trouble stepping out into the side lunge and back in, I want you to just keep your feet separate. Still a lot of weight in your heels. You'll notice as I bend one knee, knees in line with the toe, the other leg straightens, keeping the outer edge of the foot to the floor. You can keep your chest up. Maybe for a little extra challenge, with the flat back, you reach down and you touch the floor. Squeeze those inner thighs on the way up. We got just about 10 seconds left before that wonderful 15-second break. And then we got one more move. One more move in round one of 4, 3, 2, awesome. From the top of your mat, let's keep that right leg static one more time. So left leg is still gonna move. This time we're stepping all the way back into a larger lunge. We're gonna stick with this static lunge. So left leg stays back, bring your knee towards the floor, push up through your front right heel. Round one, we're just getting these moves the best that we can. Now, reminder, no real breaks here in our sets. If you want some water, I want you to grab some water during our 15-second break. If you need a little bit of a longer break, you take a little bit of a longer break. How are you pressing up here right now? I hope it's through your front heel. That back foot is just hanging out. Ooh. I am tired today, and that is okay. We got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, step your feet together. Oh my gosh. So now we're gonna let the other leg do the work. Just to be even Stevens, I am gonna bring the band back on. So it's around the ankle of my front foot, the arch of the back foot, finding that tap a back. Here we go. So slight hinge from the hips, tap back, tap forward. We're working with a whole new side of the body. So find what you can do with this side of the body. It might not look the same. What's happening with your upper back? Is there a lot of rounding here? Can you pull your chest forward? Can you engage that back? Hinging from the hips, not the waist. Hips stay forward. Tap back, tap forward. Weight in your front heel. Remember, opposite arm. You can move with opposite leg. Ooh! Banded. This is a whole new party for my little run in place move. Oh my gosh, we made it. So now left foot is gonna stay static. We've got that short lunge. Your right knee is gonna come close to your left heel. Static movement, so plant your back toe down, chest is up. Here we go. Right knee coming towards, and then lifting yourself back up. You know, if your knees are really sensitive, perhaps you even fold up your mat or towel, place a little something extra that right knee. If it feels really far to come towards the floor, maybe you use a yoga block and you just come on down to the yoga block. Weight is in your front heel, down, front heel pushes up. And check out what's happening with your hips. A lot of temptation for that left hip to start to turn forward while your right foot is back. So keep those two hips in one line. Intentionally right hip forward, left hip back. Oh, my stance back kind of wide. Oh my gosh. Yay! All right. So now left leg is going to stay static. Right leg steps to the right. Or you start with your legs separate. We've got our step out into a lunge. Words are hard today. Here we go. Step out into your lunge, hips go back, step yourself right back in. So you're using this leg that is not bending to pull yourself in. We're working the inner thigh, groin. Nice and controlled. Remember, you can stay right here with your feet separate, sending your hips back behind you, coming down with that flat back, slightly more challenging, touching down towards the floor just to get a little bit more depth. But as you touch down towards the floor, if you notice that you're touching down towards the floor and things are like rounding and your knees aren't bending and your left leg isn't straight, come back to where you do have that generous bend in one knee, one leg is straightening, hinging from the hips. One more move, we've got that reverse lunge. I do believe, I don't remember which leg is back. Hopefully you do. All right, let's go for it. So I got my left foot forward this time. Right knee is coming down towards the floor. Lift up, pressing through that left heel. Can you still get your right hip forward? Left hip back. Great news, y'all. We've only got one more time through on each side, and then we get to move to a whole new set of exercises. Whoop. Doing your best to create some 90 degree angles here with your legs. I'm gonna grab a sip of water in 15 seconds during our break before round two, but just a little sit skis. I noticed my shoulders were rounding. Were yours? Belly pulled in. 3, 2, step those feet together. Awesome. Quick sip of water. We're coming right back into our running in place. This time, right leg runs in place. Right? I don't know. We're gonna get each. Right leg planted. I need. Left leg is gonna move. Here we go. So now I don't have the band. I can get a little bit more range of motion. Maybe this is what you were doing the first round. As that knee drives, use your exhale. Work those lower abs. You can make this move more intense if you want. Adding a hop, either every time, every other time, every third time. As you land to the floor, whoo, that quad. As you land to the floor though, bring a bend back to your standing leg knee. Find something that is sustainable for you. You can add in a hop and then come right back to this run. But try not to take too many breaks. It's our last time. 3, 2, 1. Last time on this side. This time right leg stays forward. Left leg's gonna step back for our short lunge. In 3, set yourself up. 2, hip forward. 1, here we go. So back knee is coming really close to that front ankle. It's gonna give us a lot more quad focus. I'm feeling tired. I might keep my hand out by the wall. Keep my chest up, belly in. Whatever you gotta do to just keep going. Whether you're doing 1 short lunge or whether you're getting in like 12 or more, think about that control. It's not about how fast you move. It is about pushing through that front heel, being engaged. Shoulders in line, hips in line. We made it. Awesome. So now we're going to step out into that side lunge. Let's let the left leg step out this time. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Left leg steps out. And then bring it all the way back in. Or remember, if you need to, you can keep your legs wide and just find the shift of your weight from the side to the center. What's happening with the outer edge of your right foot as you come into that side lunge? Is it trying to lift off the floor? If so, really work to press the pinky toe edge to the mat. You can do it. I know you can do it. And you can do your best, even if you're really having trouble. You showed up. Every day is different, so just do the best that you can today. And then let's take it one breath at a time. And let's hope that tomorrow is better, because if we keep showing up and doing our best, it has to be. Right? This is what I tell myself. Don't you spoil my thoughts. We got one more move. Right leg is going to stay forward. Left leg is going to be in that reverse static lunge. Last time on this side. 3, 2, nice and long. Whoop. Towards the back, weight in your front heel. Still though, back knee comes down, much further away from the front heel than our second exercise here. Think too about squeezing your inner thighs in towards each other so that your knees aren't tempted to go out at all to the side. So a little squeeze in, especially on the way up of those inner thighs. It's just gonna bring a little bit more engagement. Get that same muscle group that we worked a little bit on our step out to lunge. Sounded like I said step out to lunge. I would like to do that as well, but I shall not. Yay! Oh my gosh. Last move, last round. This time left leg stays planted. Right leg is gonna go for our speed repeater. Last 4 minutes of work before our long break. Here we go. Weight in your front heel. Use that exhale. Opposite arm with opposite leg. Remember, you can add that hop and then work to land carefully, quietly back on your standing leg. I'm still getting that hinge from the hips. Weight in the heel. You're going at the pace that's right for you. Woo! Left quad burning more than halfway. Okay, if you need to take a break, can you come back to the movement? That's what it's all about. Challenge yourself to see the change. We got this. I'm dripping sweat too. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, we did it. Oh my gosh, we got that short lunge. Wow. Totally normal too if one side is feeling tighter than the other. Grabbing a quick sip. We got 5 seconds until our static short lunge. Left foot stays forward. Right toe back, right knee comes close to your left heel. Press yourself back up. Good. What are you pressing up through? I hope I heard you say your front heel. Front heel. That is correct. Just doing our best, y'all. I know I'm slowing down a little here in this final round. Got a lot on my mind. Thinking about this spin class I get to teach right after this. These were some challenging moves right before a nice long spin class, but you're worth it. We're focusing on one workout at a time, you know? Bringing what you can to this. Take a break. We got our step out to a side lunge. Last 2 minutes of work before our break. Slow down your exhale, slow down your heart rate, relax your mind. Let's do it. Step out to the right knee bends, left leg stays straight. Step it back in, just like before. If you're having any trouble with the step out, just keep your feet planted. Bend your knees, send your glutes back. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze backside to bring it back in. Your choice. Maybe you do a little bit of each. Maybe there's one with movement and one without. I just want you to make sure that you're doing what's right for you. Be smart for your body today. My workout is my workout. I'm here to guide you through your workout. I promise I'm going to go work out after work too. 3, 2, 1. You're amazing. Last move is that step back into a reverse lunge, static reverse lunge. So left leg's going to stay long behind us and knees going to come to the floor. Set yourself up, right foot forward, left leg back, left hip forward, and begin. Is my right leg supposed to be forward? I think so. If I'm wrong, scream at me from home and you can do the right thing. Whew. Oh my goodness. Y'all, we are freaking amazing right now. Can you believe we are down to our last 15 seconds of work right here? We got 16 minutes of work in. What a great circuit. Keeping that rest time. We did it! Between our moves, low also increased our cardio output. Walk around a little bit. Let your heart rate start to come down naturally. We got one more circuit to get through. Now is a great time to have a sip of water. You'll notice I keep saying sip because our intention should be to hydrate outside of class. You should come to class feeling already hydrated, and class starts and you're like, I'm thirsty. You're already dehydrated. That is going to make things harder. So just something to think about. Do you know how much water you're supposed to have a day? Recommendations from, I believe, the CDC are that women should be drinking 2.5 to 2.7 liters of water. Yes, and men are supposed to drink about a gallon of water. That's a lot of water. I know. Okay, let's get into round 2. I'm going to tell you what's up. You can keep resting, keep moving, maybe giving yourself some shoulder rolls because we're about to work that upper body a lot more. Move number 1 from the back of your mat is going to be an inchworm. We're going to inchworm our way forward, so hinging from the hips. You're going to walk yourself forward to the top of the mat. Shift your shoulders forward, heels on top of the balls of the feet, and then walk yourself back. It's going to be your choice if you stand up or if you just want to keep this hinge. If you stand up, you get a delightful stretch. If you keep the hinge, you get to keep working. We're going to do a push-up right after that. All right, we got our last couple minutes of movement. Sticking with the same time interval. This set is half the time of the last one, only 2 rounds. So inchworm start, belly pulled in, we're gonna fold forward, protect your back in 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're in it to win it. So hinging forward, walk yourself forward, plank your hands, palms, and then shift your weight forward. If you wanna hang out in your plank for a little bit longer, you can hang out in that plank. It's one of the best iso-prone ab exercises that you can possibly do. Otherwise, just keep going. This is like a little active recovery, I think. Yes, I do still think that planks and inchworm are challenging, but we're going our own pace. Opportunity to use your breath. Almost at the end of the set, and then we're gonna come down to the mat for our push-ups. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, knees to the floor. Just so you can breathe for a moment, you can do any kind of push-up that you want. I'm gonna start here from tabletop because I admit that I'm not the best at push-ups. Maybe we'll try a different one every time, but here from tabletop, let's get into it. Elbows are going back this way. I can really focus on pushing, engaging my chest, feeling my back engage as well, nice flat back. Maybe your toes stay on the floor, or maybe as you hinge forward, toes lift up as well. But let me tell you how valuable it is to do your push-up modified and well. I can step my knees back, and I can probably get a couple push-ups in here with my knees back, but it's harder for me to get that full range of motion without like dumping happening through my low back, or like, you know, my chin coming forward, or my scapula squeezing. So I'm just gonna stay right here from tabletop to fully engage and get that range of motion. Awesome. Next up are Supermans. So go ahead, lay yourself all the way down. Extend your arms forward. Options for your Supermans are moving one limb at a time if you need something a little bit easier. Moving opposite limbs together if you want something a little bit more challenging. Let's stick with that for round 1. We've started. So you're either just cycling through, pressing the other toes, your hands into the floor, squeezing your glutes, pelvis is pressed down towards the mat. The tighter that you make all of your extremities, the lighter your body's gonna be. So either just cycling, they're moving one at a time, we're getting your opposites going, we're activating, warming up the back. We can put it all together and lift everything at the same time in our next round. Or if you wanna do it right now, don't let me stop you from doing the hardest thing that your body can do today. With challenge comes change. Yay, we got one more move, it's toe tap. So roll over onto your back. I just realized there's a lot of pens and pencils in my hair. Legs all the way up towards the ceiling. It is okay if there is a generous bend of your knees. Here we go, we're just gonna tap our toes and then lower yourself back down. Tap your toes, lower yourself back down. You want a little bit more oblique work happening? Tap towards the outside of your feet. Otherwise, maybe you're just reaching up towards the ceiling. Let's talk about your chin. Chin is staying neutral to your chest as if you're holding a grapefruit, so that as you reach up, your chin isn't stretching up to put stress on the back of your neck. Chin is staying neutral towards your chest. You got a little C curve of your spine, low back stays pressed down towards the floor. We're almost finished with this move, and then we're gonna do these 4 exercises one last time, and then we're done. Hopefully we're finishing, and you're feeling, let's finish, a little bit more relaxed. Look at my sweat mark. Yeah. Inchworms are up next. Remember, you're making this inchworm work for you. If you wanna reach up towards the ceiling, take a stretch, go for it. If you wanna hang out in your plank a little bit longer, challenge yourself, do that too. Belly in each time you forward fold though, protect your back, walk yourself out, shift weight forward. Feel free to hang out here for a little longer if you want, or go right back into your inchworm. Definitely have a couple of Sarah's hairs stuck on me from in this room. That's okay. That is okay. I can say, hey, my friend Sarah's been working out too. Good for her. And then also maybe come in here with the broom. All right, we got 5 seconds left, and then we're gonna come on into our push-ups. change. All right, for a slightly different push-up this time, maybe you don't want to be on the floor, we're going to get a wall push-up. It is another great place to modify it where you can really think about having that long length in your back. I'm going to come off my mat just in case it moves. Awesome. So hands, palms are up in line with my chest. I'm getting a tricep focused push-up by bringing my forearms down towards the wall. Now you can make this easier by stepping your feet more underneath you and just working to find this press and lift. You can make it harder by increasing the incline of your total body. But you'll notice I'm coming forward with everything at the same time. Heels are gently lifting off the floor. I'm not hinging from my hips. I'm bringing just my upper body forward. I'm in that plank form, and then I'm lowering everything down at the same time. It is a lot easier while standing against the wall than it is holding yourself up in the mat. Next up, we got our Supermans. So let's try and lift everything at the same time this time. Legs are gonna lift, arms are gonna lift. If you need to stick with what we did in round one, please do. Shoulders roll down away from your ears, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift everything up. Eye gaze gently comes forward, but no wrinkles in the neck. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, find your lift. You want a little bit extra, squeeze your elbows back into W. Inhale, arms come forward, exhale it. Otherwise, you're just gonna stick with an inhale of a lift. Exhale, a little lower. Harder challenge was that inhale, lift. Finding that row, a little extra work in your back if you're ready for it. Posterior chain is still engaged, so my glutes are squeezed, my toes are pointed. You got 5 amazing seconds left. Amazing, just like you are for showing up. Yay! Let's go ahead, press yourselves up into tabletop from here. Give yourself a couple cat-cows. So finding some rounding of your back, maybe a little shake through your shoulders, a little shake through your hips, and some arching of your back. Did I miss a move? Oh, the toe taps. Oh yeah, roll over, toe taps, toe taps. Stretch your toes up towards the ceiling. Tap your toes, slowly lower down. Wasn't that great? We got a quick stretch in even before those toe taps. I can finish feeling our best. I'm gonna come to the tapping towards the external part of my feet, thinking back towards what's happening with the chin, so that little grapefruit of space is still staying there, whether you're reaching up towards your toes. So eye gaze doesn't really stay up towards the ceiling. As you lift yourself up, eye gaze comes towards your delightfully delicious and strong thighs. Oh, yay! Now that we're on our backs, draw your knees towards your chest, stretch your elbows down towards your hips. Get as much of the back of your head, back of your neck on the floor as you can. So give yourself a double, triple chin. Really pull it in, shoulders away from your ears, elbows down. We're working our deep neck cervical flexor. And release. Left foot comes to the floor. Inhale your right leg towards the sky. Point your toe. Get a big stretch on the top of your ankle. And then flex your foot. Big stretch into your calf. One more time, point your toe, flex your foot, cross your right ankle over the left and open your knee up. Big stretch onto the front side of that hip flexor. Lift your left foot off of the floor. Bring the stretch around to the back side, right glute and hamstring a little bit more. I encourage you, if you want a little bit more stretch, to just repeat these same stretches later in the day. Rewind the video if you want. Right foot comes down, left foot extends up towards the ceiling. Point your toe. Flex your foot, toes back towards your face, heel up, stretch the back side of the leg. Point your toe. Flex your foot. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Open that left knee up. Take a couple breaths here, working to bring your left knee in line with your right, so away from your face. Feel that stretch on the Front side of the hip, a little bit coming towards the exterior. Low back is still pressed down towards the floor. Draw your belly in, keeping your low back on the mat. Lift your right foot up off of the floor. Just let gravity do the work. You don't need to hold on. You don't need to bring any extra rounding into your upper back. Shoulders can stay relaxed on the floor. Chin can still be tucked to your chest, working your deep neck cervical flexor. And then change. Let's stand ourselves all the way up. I'm going to keep you for an extra moment just to make sure we get that quad stretch. So make your way to your toes carefully with intention. Stand yourself up. Feel free to use the wall if you need to. Grab hold of your right foot. Bring your two knees in one line. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Can you get your two hips in one line? Can you bring your two shoulders in one line? Can you grow through the crown of your head? Squeeze your thighs in. And change. Right foot plants on the floor, lifting your left leg up. Point your left knee down. Work to get your two knees in one line, two hips in one line, two shoulders in one line, shoulders down away from the ears. Grow through the crown of your head. Stretch from your waist. Point your knee down to the floor and change. Release your left foot down. Bend your knees. Inhale your arms all the way to the sky. Look up. Stretch from your waist. Exhale, relax your arms down. Let's get one more big breath, just like that. Bend your knees, inhale up. Yay, we did it. Exhale, push your hands to the exterior walls. Knit your rib cage in, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then relax your arms down by your side. Awesome. I hope that you are as proud of yourself as I know I am proud of myself for getting this extra movement in for today. Look forward to Jenna being back for you next week and tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day, y'all. I can't wait to see you soon.